Well, welcome back to Breaking Bricks, my friends. I'm your host, Neil. You know, we have a lot of work done. We still got a lot to do. You know, we got a couple of nice little eye pieces and candy into this build, but we're going to work on a big section of eye candy now. I refer to eye candy as, you know, an almost complete section. If we can get it complete, then woohoo. I think we can get this one complete. It's going to be across two different sections, so it's got a breaking point in the middle of it. So I have to keep that in mind as I start to fill this in and put it together. Now we are going to focus on actual base stuff here. You know, I've got the bat cave just for fun, and we got the drill busting through the tram wall, and you know, an Easter egg there with a Darth Trey, I do believe her name is, but she's not part of canon. She's legend, you know what I mean? I do believe she was a couple apprentices to a couple. I think George Lucas was going to use her as Maul's apprentice at one point, but you know, there you go, Disney. There's a character that you could use and bring in some way, shape, or form. I think that's just a badass little character. But anyway, we're going to focus on a shuttle or a fighter bay. All right, underground fighter bay. It's just a little hangar on the side of this, you know, where the ships, a door opens up and they just fly right out. It's a good way to store ships in a base. You know, you got your military stuff on top, and you need to lift your fighters. You open the door and they take off. On top of that, if the base is attacked, your fighters are protected by the underground structure. So let's just get to it. Wow, you know, I think we're just barely above 2/3 of the way through this, at least the base of it. We still got a little bit more to add to the top all the way across, but I think we'll be fine with that. But that's going to go with as we start to put in the top plates. That's where I might run out of. I've got some alternative options that I normally use, but I have to watch that because I've used a lot of that in this. But I think we're going to be fine, hopefully. Time will definitely tell. I was really worried here about not having enough brick to finish this. As long as we have enough to finish this, we'll be okay, I think. But time will tell. But anyway, this week we're going to kind of focus on this area here, these two sections here on the side, and this side will be almost complete, except for the corners and the actual attaching of the wall to the grade. So what I'm going to do here is I want to put a little shuttle holding dock here. Not so much a shuttle, a Jedi fighter dock. So I can put a couple Jedi fighters in here. They're going to be sitting here ready to go, and the idea is that they would lift up out of the ground when they're needed. That's the idea. So basically, even though this is going to be perspective, you know, I'll have a cut through here. You're not going to see anything in here. I'm not going to make mechanical doors that are going to open and close here, as cool as that would be, at least not for now. But basically what I'm going to do is make two small looking doors in the ground that are shut on the top. So that's what you're going to see. So when you look at this, you know, you're going to think, okay, that's where they come out. That's the idea. So anyway, let's get to work. Alright, this is going to be the last breakaway scene that I'm going to put into this. Overall, I kind of like having the Easter eggs, but this one's going to be a little more Star Wars and traditional. Alright, so I'm going to span across both of them, both sections, even though this is two sections. And we're going to put a hangar in here. Two Jedi fighters. But it will also be perspective. So it will not have a functioning hangar door, but I will put one in the top to make it look like there is one there. Alright, for flooring I'm going to go with the traditional tile in here, just because it's easy And I'm going to use the snot for tiling on the top. At least that's what my plan is. Now, overall, after the drill, we know that we want to put a wider gap in here so you can see into here a little better. And tiling can be obnoxious. Time to work on the walls. We're just going to go ahead and get this all detailed and put into place now. This way I don't have to worry about it later. Unlike the tram dock, we have to go back to that yet. Overall, as you can see, I don't need to have functioning doors into the base. They just need to look like they're there. I've even lined them with lights just to give it that authentic look. I've also saved myself some spacing on the floor for true placement. And as those go into place, then we'll finish it. Time to detail it up. Overall, I just kind of start putting stuff together and I kind of go with what I think looks pretty well. It still has to have that traditional Star Wars feel. But overall, it's just one big, beautiful art project. And of course, as I put it together, I got to do it evenly. Time for figs. The last little bit of detail. And voila, we have a masterpiece Jedi Fighter Hangar Bay. Well, my friends, we've taken it as far as we can take it this week. We actually managed to get quite a bit accomplished. As you can see, we've got a whole side started. Unlike that back corner over there, we haven't even gotten to that. So we're going to focus on that next week. But we have managed to get quite a bit done here. We've got the hangar done. And then, of course, we've got our support structure in. And we started doing the crossover to the wall. This is how high it's going to actually be. One brick more here. And then that's it. And we are at level. So the substructure is definitely coming along. We got some cutaway scenes really done well. And we are going to go ahead and take a look at up close look at this hangar. All right, so right now let's take a look here. This is the siding and what it's going to look like ultimately all together. I wanted to give it a bit of design to catch the eye, to pull you in. So I added a bit of red to that. And you know, we're not done down here either. This is just the start of it. So that's equivalent of what it's going to look like here on the side though. And of course, the hangar. Let's scoot on over to the other side here. You know, I got it all going on in here. This one's a little bit more kind of focused on what's going on the other side. So we got Obi-Wan and Anakin's fighter in here. And a couple of Jedi, a couple clones. If you look all the way down there, you might see one guy standing outside the door there, but he's a little blocked by that ship. You know, you really don't see it until you start to put it together, and then I realized that I was going to put a lot more figs back in there, but you're not going to see them. That's why there's not so many in here. And of course, we now have more infrastructure done. So we are definitely getting there. I'm starting to feel good. Now, the pieces I need for this side, I'm a little worried about, but of course, this is a lot of brick. Well, my friend, if you like what you saw here today, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets me know I did a good job, and it suggests this kind of content to anybody that might be into it. Hey, if you got a good idea for this build, maybe want to just talk Lego, Star Wars, or just shoot the shit, put that down in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And of course, we cannot grow here as a family unless you hit that subscribe button. It takes you a mere half a second, but for me, it really does mean an awful lot. And I will see you here next time on Breaking Bricks.